tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, it is the Mysteries of Laura after show.
It is indeed.
Yes, we are. And this is episode, I believe, 7.
Yeah.
We're already halfway through the season.
I mean,
that fast.
Holy smokes.
I know.
Wow.
It's the mystery of the maternal instinct.
You're the mystery of maternal
I am. It's
instinct.
not really much of a mystery at this point. Yeah, I know. My daughter turned a certain age yesterday, so.
Oh, happy birthday.
So Miss Tammy, hey birthday girl.
Hey, Tammy.
She watches all our shows, and she's in Sacramento.
Hey, girl,
Thank you, Tammy.
Okay, that's right. So I am James Lott Jr. I am your host here, and of course I'm not by myself. I have 2 people with me, and they're not mysterious. Go.
Hello, I'm Cameron Lewis at the only camshaft Twitter and Instagram. This is Alexis Torres.
Oh, we did a stereo.
What's up? You can find me at aTorres890. That is where I'm at.
Indeed.
All the time.
All the time. And you can find me at Black Hope LA, and that's BLAK, It's not Black Hopeula. That's what we keep calling it.
Hopeula?
It's Hopeula. It's Black Hope LA without the C on Twitter. That's right.
Hopeula.
People say that Black
You've
Hopeula.
set the
Are
record
you just
straight. Yes, indeed.
So are you like a hoopla?
Yeah,
But,
right. Exactly. It's like I am a hoopla. I am a hoopla.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, so you're a hoopla.
I am a hoopla. I'm a big deal, kinda.
Well,
People know you.
People do know me.
People know you.
that is not
Yeah, actually, it's not
a lie.
even a joke. People do know me.
Anyway.
Yes, and so thanks for watching us. You're watching us on YouTube, of course. If you're on Twitter, use the hashtag ABTV Mall. MOL, or ABTV Mysteries of Laura. It doesn't matter. Either one will get to us. And of course, on YouTube, like us, comment, Instagram, iTunes, rate us, like us there too. We're there also. You can listen to us. You can hear the dulcet tones of Cameron Lewis.
That's right, iTunes listeners. On your phone every
iTunes.
week. Hey, this is, what are we, 7, 8 episodes in?
Yeah.
Seven.
You just said it 5
7.
seconds ago and I should have remembered. But here's the thing. This is the weirdest episode I've seen of the show so far.
Actually,
We were just talking about that
Yes.
before the show got started. How we were like, oh, there's so many twists. See, even Marissa's like, hey, it's
She
episode
did.
7.
Episode
Get
7.
on her
Episode
level.
seven.
I see
Get
it.
on her level. But no, I thank you.
yes.
See,
Get it right.
I'm not just spouting
Get your
out
life.
crap.
Get your life.
Get it.
Get it.
Anyway,
Yes.
he's like, get your
Life. Write it down. Get your life.
Devin.
But no, we were talking about it earlier of how there wasn't a lot of like twists.
No,
like,
it
that
sure
wasn't.
wasn't.
A thing. It was just, yeah, it was literally just there was so much information. It was just kind of going, but we didn't know where the end of the road was.
And let me just add to that. I think we're all on the same page.
I don't know why he's laughing.
I don't either,
Continue.
but I love it.
Yes.
We're all on the
Super
same page with this
organizer.
about this, I think. But why was Jake in such a bad mood the
Okay,
entire episode?
I don't know if it's because of the fact that it had to do with a pregnant woman and she died and her kid's gonna be like parentless or whatever. I don't know if that was like a driving force because he's a father, but yeah. Jake was bothering the crap out of me. I was like, dude, what's wrong with you? Eat a Snickers.
He's like, give me a name
Eat a
now. I need a
Snickers,
name
man.
now. Give me a name and the closest Starbucks. Tell me I need a coffee.
I need coffee, I need a Snickers, I need all of it. Pumpkin spice latte, let's go.
I think it was just because
Need a
his
red cup.
fri-
Starbucks red cup. Now.
I got one today. I was so happy.
Oh, really?
Did you?
I got
That's
a peppermint hot chocolate.
Oh, Jake needed one apparently.
He did.
was just like aggravated the entire time. It was
really
very
weird.
weird.
He was, and I think- well,
Like
he-
super salty.
He was salty. He was very much like frustration central. He really wanted a name.
Apparently,
but he was doing that with every interrogation.
Yeah.
That he was interrogation.
Irrigation.
Irrigation.
Every time that he was in the I'm not gonna do it.
every time
Take
he
two.
was interrogating somebody.
Yes, and it was always the fact that he was on edge. He was banging the table.
Yeah.
He was angry, and it was very strange.
Very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of get it. It's like they really want to solve it because it's anything with pregnancy and
children. You know, he is a dad.
yeah.
He's a dad.
the dad.
Yeah.
It does change your perspective once you become a parent. It really does change your perspective.
But I'm just kind of like, dude.
But he's like,
come
plus he
on.
wanted to go out with Laura. Hello.
I mean, also Laura was also kind of like extra sassy
Yes.
today.
She was.
But Jake was on a whole different level, and I was just like, what's wrong with you?
She needed some soup or something.
I feel like everybody was just kind of like salty. They were on that salt train.
I thought they were more peppery. Anyway, so
Yes, Audrey O says she
in the
loved
chat?
The chat. I'm finally on the chat. Finally in there. Said they loved the passion of this episode was kind of sexy. It's what it's saying.
Oh.
And Diane Southern says he's a little team too much sometimes.
Yeah.
He's a little too what?
He's
like team too much.
much.
Like too much.
Oh,
Like, just
yes.
too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. You guys are like in stereo today. What's that about?
It's how we do.
That's how we
Oh
work.
my god. Yeah. No. This episode was really interesting because it was a straight up mystery.
There was no there was
Like
barely
it really was a mystery of Laura.
and
It
also
was
the
mystery.
fact that it was also kind of serious. Like we
It
didn't
was.
really have much comedy in
Max
this
was
one.
kind of the comic
That's very
relief.
true.
But Max, it was very dry.
Yeah, 'cause
like
he
it
was-
was just kind of like
Max was, he was just
Okay.
kind of alone.
He was
in
bothered
the
too. He was
entire
bothered
time.
too.
he was
He was salty
was
too.
angry.
Everybody was angry.
He was super irritated because he
What's
wasn't getting
going on?
attention, and I was like, did someone like piss in your Cheerios this morning? Like what
Something's
the heck?
in the water or
I don't know what's
something.
going on.
The Hudson River.
The
In
Hudson,
New York. In
yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
I know the Hudson River.
Which I'm going to in 2 weeks.
I'm so excited for you. This show
Very nice.
Yeah.
actually shows really great sweeping shots of New York City, and you're gonna just so.
I'm so
love it.
excited. One and two, I love how if you guys could, I'm gonna Periscope next time we watch, not next week, but the week after. That you should watch James because when we're watching the show, he's just like, oh, I know where that is. Oh, I know exactly where that is. Oh, I've been there before, and I'm like, what?
Yes, they went somewhere.
Stop.
So it was a lot of great. It was great. So they really show New York and talk about it. I'm trying to figure out, do they film there? I'm not even sure.
I think that
I think
they do.
I think they do. So they actually they really get there. So the beginning of this episode, basically, we find a pregnant woman who's dead. Her name is DJ Cano. Mm-hmm. And we find out later, but she's dead. She's on the street. There's a woman there screaming and like, oh my gosh, she needs help. And so it looks like, a dead pregnant woman. We find out it's in like Hooker Row. Mm-hmm. So they're deducing she's a prostitute at first.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
And the massage lady, she was a massage lady who was there. Turns out, like, she was there to help, and she was like being friendly.
Sure.
And, yes. And so it starts off very kind of innocent in a way, but we have a pregnant woman. The baby is still alive inside of her. Mm-hmm. So they have to like kind of figure that out. So that's how it kind of starts.
I didn't even know that she was pregnant until they said this baby's still alive. Like I didn't notice.
Oh, you
it.
didn't see her?
No.
Well, the angle was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was.
It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna blame you for it. I agree because now that I'm looking back, she was lying on her stomach, and it was a weird.
It was
shot
odd.
of her.
It was odd.
It was funny. And what's crazy is they first walk out, of course, as all episodes do when they come to a crime scene, Jake and Laura talking. Mm-hmm. And he mentions her hair. That's kind of
Her hair was on point.
Yeah, but
I liked her hair. Yeah.
straight like that. It's
It was nice.
Right.
It's a good change.
But I love she says a line that me and Alexis both got excited about. Because first she's like, okay, so, what's wrong with your hair? She's like, well, I got the house. And, you had a date with Tony, too. Yeah, I had a date with Tony. And he's like, well, I can help you massage you. I have these great hands. And she's like, those hands that got you divorced?
And I was just like, there it is. There's that little crack of the whip that Laura does, because you're just like, man, we are going to ride that you cheated on me train.
Yes. And he's like, you don't forget
hard.
anything. And you don't forget anything. That's what he was
But
saying.
it's true. I mean, I don't blame her because they do have twins. They were together. They got together when they were very young, and they've been together this whole time. And then he just decided, I'm gonna cheat on you, and yeah. I still want that story though, that whole backstory, because we didn't even get that in season 1.
No.
Of the cheating?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know who it was.
Really?
How long ago? We don't know. I don't remember how long they've been divorced for.
I bet that they cast somebody in that role and they bring her on.
I really would like.
I think that they will.
This season to find like maybe she like her like the person that Jake cheated with, maybe they're married or something, like her husband gets murdered.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I think it'd be great.
Oh man.
Because all we really know is that they met in college, and they were all kind of friendly in college, and they got together, then got married, and that's been married for a chunk of time, and then he cheated on her. They divorced.
Yeah, I think she was pregnant with twins first before they got married? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I can't remember, but I know that they had kids young. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Like she always says that we were young and stupid. That's what she usually keeps repeating.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
But we never really saw what happened.
Backstory.
But still, I want Jake. Well, not Jake. Tony.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't show him.
It's been forever since we've seen
he's
Tony.
working on something, and that is why we don't get to see him.
Maybe.
Yeah. He's only he was only in what, one episode?
Just the one, yeah.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Well, I think he's busy.
He must be.
That has to be the only reason.
He's busy getting busy with Laura.
Woo! Very nice.
Just saying.
Very nice.
So basically, the whole episode is trying to figure out.
There's so much.
I mean, there's so much. But basically, trying to figure out who. First part of the episode was trying to figure out who she was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did some medical stuff, and of course, me being a nurse, I recognized right away. It was about the RH factors, which is a part of your blood.
I did not know about this stuff.
I knew about the placenta thing.
The placenta was ripped.
I did not know about the
That's like-
placenta thing.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that was interesting. to
Yeah,
me.
that was ripped in 2 spots, and there's some stuff going on. Baby was born.
Yeah.
It survived, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and then she hadn't been dead long because obviously when you lose oxygen in your brain, it goes.
Was that
baby
accurate? The timeline on that? 30
Yeah.
minutes, I said?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
makes
you
sense.
You can live without oxygen for a while, actually.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy thought?
I never thought it would be that long.
Yeah, you say 20, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the baby survived. It was in the NICU, but it survived. So we're like, okay, good. Baby's okay. But they finally find out her name is DJ Cano, of course. And they find out she has these little tattoos.
Yeah, she has 3 little
Behind
dots.
her,
Behind her ear.
was it her right ear?
Yeah.
Left ear? Right ear?
Right ear. It's a right ear.
Yeah, right here.
Right down and be
Figure it
like,
out.
Oh, well, let me lay this way. Okay, yes, the right ear. So that's how I figure things out. And so then they find out that there was some kind of like it could be a gang thing. So they're like, okay, she could be a gang hit or a dead prostitute.
which is crazy to me. I'm like, oh man, it can't be like something semi-nice. It's like, oh no, she either got hit up by a gang or she's a prostitute.
It can't be like, oh, one time, my dad gave me a little present. And there were 3 dots on it, and I got 3 dots on a tattoo because my favorite gift from Dad. It reminds me of Dad. They just immediately like, it was a gang. It was interesting.
Yeah, no dad.
No dad, apparently.
Yes. No dad.
Nope, I'm not gonna touch
Oh,
it.
my
I'm
God.
not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yes. Oh my God, Mr. D Style, our buddy who's out there at 9 says no
What
snacks.
up?
No snacks this episode.
There hasn't
There
been
wasn't
snacks.
for like the last
There
3.
has not been snacks, and I'm
It's aggravating.
really hurt
Get some
by
soup.
the fact that there's no soup. I think they overdid it for the first few episodes
That
with
pasta.
a giant thing of pasta. Like
Yeah,
I can't.
you're right,
They're
you're
probably
right.
still eating that.
And in the first few episodes, it was like every word Laura said, she had something in her mouth. They were probably like, all right, we got to dial this back. She would like
understand what
knock
she's
on a
saying.
door and she'd be like, NYPD. It's like, okay, we need to chill out on the soup for a bit.
Oh my God.
Take the Lucky Charms
Yeah,
off set.
I think that episode was a lot where she had that soup in her hand. I
The
was just
one-
like,
yeah.
dude, I
was
can't
like-
understand anything.
Yeah. Jeez Louise.
I mean, even
I'm sorry.
Even the dinner time, they were done eating. It wasn't like they were even eating. It was like
they were just sitting there. She does that little thing with her hands when
Yes.
she's talking, and I was just like,
Yeah.
there's no food. What's going
We're not
on?
even eating at dinner. What the
Eat
heck?
it, Laura. No. But yeah.
Eat it.
that's so funny. Yes. So then Meredith and Billy, our favorite other couple, go down and she. Yes. Would you say?
There's been a lot of tweets. And they were like, a lot of fans are asking, do you hear wedding bells from Meredith and Billy?
Oh,
And I was
not
like,
yet.
I was like,
Ooh,
whoa,
no,
we
no,
are
no, no.
way early.
No.
I'm not saying that's a bad idea. I'm just saying it's too early.
Yeah, we're far
I
off
was
from
just
that.
I was on the Mysteries of Laura Twitter page,
Okay.
and I was looking at all the stuff they were
That's
retweeting,
interesting.
and that was a thing. And
Really?
I was like, Mom.
Well, tonight's episode, she said when he says we sound like we are old married couple.
That's what I'm saying.
She didn't like that.
I was like,
She
she was
didn't.
like, you need to shut your pie hole. Like,
Yeah.
She was like, yo, we just met last
shut.
week.
Yeah, like,
Y'all need to chill out, put the ring you got at Walmart away,
oh my God.
and visit me in a couple years.
Damn. Ouch.
Yeah. So.
Ouch.
So I love the part where she walks down and she's assuming they all know she's a cop, and she's walking into like Hooker Row.
Like, right. I love how she was like, I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
Because she was noticed
high
as a
class.
high class whore, and
Yeah.
I was like,
It's like okay,
all right.
that's a little bit of humor. It's like so there's little bits of humor, but it wasn't.
But it's very tiny.
Yeah, it was very
And
Most
it
of the time
wasn't
it's
our
like,
main characters.
No.
Like none of them
No.
were being funny. There was funny lines being thrown around, but none
Yeah.
of them. All of them were just kind of grumpy.
It was a
I don't want to get married.
just
What's
like-
a name? Give me a name. I'm hungry.
it's just like
I don't want to go to a date with you. But seriously, all of them were just like
No, like
something.
it's like they were like sucking on a lemon all their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the moon in the episode? Maybe that's high tide or something. I'll
The
check the
red moon
DVR
out.
for that.
Somebody.
Check the moon.
So
Somebody.
they meet Vladdy.
Vladdy, I love.
What a terrible nickname. I was so
Love
mad. I was
Vladdy.
like, pick Vlad or Vladimir or whatever. Like, Vladdy. Get out.
Vladdy. I
They
love
call
it.
me Vlad.
And
Yes,
so-
I would have taken
Yes.
that.
And so apparently he's the pimp of these particular hoes that are out there. Apparently.
No.
The hairy chest
Yeah,
Russian.
gold
Yeah.
I
chain,
love when
hands in
Meredith
his front
took him
pockets.
down.
Sure did. He smacked that phone out of her hand.
So good.
And she was like, okay, and we're done. And so she took him
Boom.
in. And we're done.
So happy.
So he
get
explains, so with the next portion of this is he explains, make sure I say this correctly, that it is kind of, it's not a gang thing, it's a Nigerian thing.
Yeah,
So
but,
it's
what was the
Which
name?
is interesting.
Benin?
Benin City, Nigeria, that he knew that when he saw the dots, he was like, these big black men
he
will
was-
get me.
Yeah, I was like,
He was like,
really?
he's like,
Big Nigerian men?
He said they don't ask questions, and they got big guns and everything. They don't even need guns. He was saying. So it's a Nigerian syndicate, and what they're doing is it's like she was a Nigerian import. And so Max does his detective work, because he always does, and finds out that there were 5 recent arrivals that were from Nigeria.
yeah.
3 were men, 2 were women, and the one woman
very nice.
was 65.
Oh, very nice.
He nailed
I was
it.
like, Max is always on top of his stuff,
Yes.
and he just
Nailed it.
wanted a little bit of love.
Yeah, he did. He felt underappreciated.
He
Like,
was.
How does he get this info so fast?
he's a master.
His sources are never revealed.
No.
Yeah, he just knows.
Call like 411 or something?
311.
311?
There it
I
is.
remember 311 was big for a minute.
Sorry, anytime when
311.
someone says 411, I hear Disney 411.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
that's- yeah,
I don't
very
know
true.
because I used to intern for them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Aww.
So yeah, Max was on top of it. He
Yes.
got all that stuff in.
And he was just throwing his sass, like, well, we don't say please anymore. And I was just like, okay,
Yeah, like,
relax.
Mm-hmm.
But no, but I thought it was very interesting that we had a Nigerian syndicate,
Yeah, something different.
pretty much. I was like,
That's
all
a-
right.
That's
I like
a word,
this.
by the way, that has come up so often in a lot of TV shows
Syndicate?
and movies, and I honestly still don't even know what it means.
The syndicate.
Yeah, because I
mean-
feel like it's thrown around a lot. And this Nigerian syndicate, like, what does that mean?
I just think it's
Syndicate.
just another.
Word for like cartel.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, let
Tell
me know
us,
what you
tell
think.
us, tell us
Mr.
G-Style.
Or every
Or
time I think
Diane,
of
or you guys tell
Syndicate,
us.
I always think of our other show, Sense8, because there's always like
Oh,
some
yeah,
weird
right.
syndicate
right.
that's doing stuff.
Yeah, it's this Nigerian
Watch this
syndicate.
when it
I
comes
was
back,
like,
season 2.
I was like, what is this?
Is Sensei come back for season 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's coming back soon. But no, I agree that I feel like they throw around, instead of it being a gang or a mob or
Yeah.
something, it's like, oh, it's a syndicate, which is a
That sounds
cartel.
kind of foreign.
Yeah, and most syndicates
sounds
are
like-
foreign.
Even more dangerous than
'Cause
if
it
they
is.
said this was a drug ring or something. It's like, oh,
No, I think
syndicate.
well, because technically with a drug ring, it's just drugs, and then a syndicate is technically smuggling just anything at
Yeah.
this point. So it's like it could be, like I said, it could be gems, it could be drugs, it could be
I see.
fruit, it could be anything of that nature. So you know,
Fruit syndicate.
I don't know. Yes, they're smuggling fruit. I don't know. I'm just saying it's mostly just things that are obviously very, very illegal. What is happening over there?
no
I am
idea.
trying to do a
I have
show.
no
You are
idea
good,
what's
Alexis.
happening.
You're so good, Alexis.
Trying.
She's on top
This
of it.
happens.
show.
This happens every week, you guys. You guys know this. I lose it at some point. Obviously, I don't know what's going on, but
Lord
I'm
of
like,
mercy. All right.
Anyhow.
Oh,
that
really?
That was fast. Oh,
like-
okay. I was like, whoa.
I was like, I was like,
anyway.
okay.
But
I was
yeah,
like-
so syndicate really just mostly means, instead of it being a specific thing that they're smuggling, they can smuggle in anything.
Yeah.
Could be
I
even
see.
babies at one point, or organs or something.
babies, organs, jewels. This one was
Yeah.
jewels. we found
Yeah,
out.
this one was gems.
and
I was
gems.
like, what?
Gems, jewels.
I'm gonna have a lot of questions throughout this episode, because there were times where I was just like, I had to pause and I looked at you guys and I was just like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
What? I looked
so
away. I was making pizza rolls. I don't know what the hell's happening.
Much
Aw.
information
Yeah.
it
in
remi-
this episode.
But there was also details in the episode that I was like I know we're geting to the next part, which
Yeah.
is where we followed the lead to this I guess,
Hotel?
Hotel Merit Hotel. Where they find out that she goes there every 2 months. She pays for a night, those wink winks, pays for a night, doesn't stay in some white van, picks
comes
her
to
up.
pick her up. And then we get that dude who's like totally, oh, I'm gonna stand over here and text in the middle of the room, and I'm like, hey, you're not sneaky, you stupid.
That was hilarious. He was like,
he had his sound on.
Because when she's she was like, I'm gonna get Xperia and get somewhere else. I was like, what is she doing? And she walks
I
right
knew
over
exactly what she was doing. I was just like, okay, she's trying to get to the phone because he was so into his phone that he didn't understand. I was like, could you stop? You were not Mr. Smooth as Glass right now. Get out of here.
Diane Sutherland, Syndicate.
Tell us, Diane.
A group of individuals, organizations to promote someone common interest.
Oh,
that's
I was like way off.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
Now we know.
I was kind of off also.
So it's not always a bad word then.
I guess not.
I mean, I guess most of the time they use it for bad words.
On TV, probably.
Yeah, on TV, but I guess it doesn't really have to mean anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like no one, that I would know of, could use that word for it to be like, love and hug syndicate. Like, that just sounds terrible.
I have a toaster strudel syndicate at home.
I keep trying
Pop-Tarts.
I keep telling you Pop-Tarts are the best.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy, come on. You can't text in front of, like, that's a dead
He was in the middle. He was in front of the door.
Giveaway,
He was
dude.
in the middle, and he was
Cops
texting.
are
Go
here.
outside, go to the bathroom, go do something. You can't do that.
I guess he panicked.
And he goes, should I run? He types.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, you should run. You should have just walked out the door, because that's what I thought he was gonna do. I thought he was just gonna be like, oh, okay, and like beeline it out.
Right.
But instead, he's just like, I'm gonna take out my phone and do one of these numbers in front of the cops.
He might as well have said, like, he walked in and go, there's a cop in here. I don't think she heard me.
Yes.
I don't think she heard me.
Here.
I don't know if she can
Jeez
see me.
Louise.
As you know, I'm
Should I
standing
tell
in the
her?
middle.
Should I tell her about the crime, the illegal thing, the syndicate,
Exactly. I know.
dumb criminals?
But he does mention a guy named Carlo.
Carlo, yeah.
And they find his phone number, obviously, because they were texting.
Yes.
When's dinner? Pasta? And they give it to Billy and Meredith, and that's when they had the weird, like, we fight like a married couple.
And they follow a white van.
That they do.
Yes, they did. And then, yeah, well, that's the one thing I didn't understand was that they found the apartment that the white van takes them to, and then they open this door after they send him back up and everything, and this poor girl's in her underwear, just like and I'm like, why is she in her underwear if this isn't a prostitute ring?
She didn't look pregnant either.
Yeah.
No, that's what I don't understand. That was the detail where I was just like,
I think well, we later find out about the balloon thing.
But
she doesn't need to be in her underwear for that. If it needs to
I think
pass.
that they just put her in there and did that because
It's a little,
that's their way
gratuitous.
of like, yeah.
I understood so it makes her. In my brain, I was thinking, so that they wouldn't. So it looks like she's not carrying anything, or she can't sit there and try to like kill them with like an object.
To your point, it certainly doesn't make it look good if you're trying to convince people it's not a prostitute ring.
Yeah. It was so funny.
That's why I was so confused. I'm like,
Just
so are
saying.
you having your way with her, plus waiting for her to pass a balloon full of stuff? Like that sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, they totally explained, because I loved. I don't know if you saw the movie Maria Full of Grace, which was a great film. Maria Sandino Mondino. Oh, I forgot her name, but she got an Oscar nominated for it. She was so good. She was a drug mule. Mm-hmm. That film had me on edge the whole movie.
Watch that and don't watch Lucy. Okay, here
right,
we go.
right. And so it's funny. They kind. I love Lucy also. But they kind of explain that there's this kind of, you take these jewels or gems, you put them in a balloon, you swallow them, and then you come to you and you act like a tourist.
Not for me, honey.
And that's but you know, here's the thing. It must be really tough to come from a country.
Yeah.
That third world, whatever world you want to call it. That's just so where you got to do this to get out.
Yeah.
They get into betterness to go somewhere else and be a gem mule.
No, I mean and that's what made this story sad for me, is because the only reason she did that was because she wanted a better life for her son.
Which, by the way, does happen.
Right.
Yeah, all the time.
Right.
All the time. That's why this whole pregnancy ring that was kind of going on here made sense, because all these women, even though most of them were very rich, which we'll get to, they just wanted a good life for their kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So whether you're poor or rich or whatever, kids come first, or whatever other thing that you're trying to aim for, a better life always comes first.
What's funny is that girl, her name was Kimmy. They gave her a name. And one thing we didn't find out is, like she said, this is the first time I was ever locked in the room.
That's why that was weird.
So we never got the answer to that.
maybe
We did. It was because DJ jumped out of a window.
So they locked you in the room.
So they locked her in the room to make sure she didn't get
There
out.
you
And
Like
that's how
TJ
she
did.
tore her placenta.
There you go.
Yeah, because she went out a really tiny window, and that's why it was boarded up. Because remember when we were watching, you're like, why is the window boarded up, and why is Laura looking at it?
Yeah, she was looking at it.
That was the way she escaped.
Well, I say, like, why is she looking at it? She was
But
like,
see, that's the thing is that with this show, or I'm sorry, this episode, they didn't really hone on that. So if you looked down for a second, you would have missed that detail, and you're like, what?
Right.
and Cameron looked down for a second.
I did. It was a
No, we were all
incident.
taking notes.
I know.
But I was looking up, and that whole thing. What?
No, yeah, you're right though. There wasn't as much on the nose like there's a clue.
Yeah, it was just
There
like,
was no Blue's
Laura's
Clues
staring
moments.
off into space towards this window that
she
just
was.
happens to be right there.
Yes. So basically, we found that DJ climbed out the window, so she tore her placenta in 2 spots because she's trying to get out.
Yep.
Which is not good because the bloods will start. The bloods, I'm like Bloods and Crips. The blood her blood and the baby's blood, because they weren't the RH factor, which is in your blood. They were not. They would have mixed and became toxic.
Yep.
Because they didn't match.
Which again, I had no idea.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was
Your RH factor. You should always know what your RH factor
The
is.
more
Well,
you
that's.
know.
I mean, that's also the reason why pregnant women aren't supposed to be heavy lifting or moving too much near a certain.
because
month.
that could happen.
Yeah, because at that point you just bending over to pick up a can, you could
Yes.
tear something, and then that's it.
I believe it's the 8th month. I believe.
Yes, I believe it's one of those.
Yeah.
I think it's either 7th
good
or
to be
8th.
male.
I'd never be good pregnant.
Me neither.
Oh, I would not. I would not last.
Which is funny because I'm like, I can't wait to be a mom. Not right now, but yeah, but like, I can't wait. I would
Yes,
love to have babies.
I give it to all the women out there. I give it to all the women.
Absolutely.
My baby
Yeah, I'm like,
mamas and everything.
I was like, can you grow a baby inside of you? Like, can you do that? No, we're awesome.
I can't.
Yes.
No,
No, you can't.
yeah, I
No.
will say that to the moon.
Oh, thank you, D-Style. Catalina Sandino Moreno.
Ooh,
Yes, that was
thank
her.
you.
Very
I couldn't remember her name, but I love her. She was so good.
Thank you, D-Style.
he
Look
kept
at
the name
you,
out.
full of information.
Mr. D-Star.
Oh, James, I think you guys need a jar for every time Alexis says pizza rolls and put your money in it.
Let's do it.
I get between
be
this show
broke now.
and Dish and Days. I got
That's
to
the
put,
only
yeah.
reason. The only reason I use
Yes.
the pizza roll line is because Dish and Days said it, and I keep that alive because I haven't been able to engineer it.
I
Which
know.
Dish and Days fans, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
But
We say it all the
yeah,
time.
it's mostly just a little.
Yeah, we say it all the time.
thing,
We always
yeah.
say like if we miss something, we
But
make
I
a
use
pizza
it in
rolls.
like all my shows
I
now.
use it too.
Yeah,
Rachel's cut it.
it's fun.
Like, thanks, Mark J. Freeman.
Thanks, Mark J. Freeman.
We all know, of course. Okay, so they find out, they get the luggage. Because they find out that they pose as tourists. So she's
Yeah.
like, we should look at the, because Laura's so smart, of course. Let's look at
That's
the
why
luggage.
she's always right.
She's always right.
She is always right.
No,
like,
like,
why don't they
seriously, like,
just
she's
always be like, Laura, who did it? Instead of saying,
No,
like,
they're like,
Laura,
Laura doesn't
you're
understand.
so wrong, Laura.
Oh my God,
Why don't you eat some more soup? And it's like, no, she knows exactly every single thing. It's just watch it. Just let her have it. Let her go. Let her run with it.
She knows. And so
Jeez.
here's the part where I was like, I know this area. So they get her luggage. She has a lot of pregnant books in them in there with tabs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I see that she wrote down. Oh, the one thing we almost forgot with this whole episode is Laura gave Jake a little notebook.
Oh, my
like a little
God.
notepad.
Yep.
To write stuff down.
Remember things, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so and I write down things all the time. Trust me, and I believe in that. So the through line of this storyline is he keeps using that pad for things. It's kind of funny.
I like it.
It's kind of funny. Like he kept using it for something.
Yeah.
But so they see Malcolm 116. So they're thinking it's like
Oh, poor Max. He was like, I know what it is.
I know what it is.
I thought
And
it
I
was a
was like-
Bible verse. And then I remembered.
Malcolm is not a book.
Book of Malcolm.
Yeah, I was like, there's not a book of Malcolm in the
I know.
Bible.
I caught
Lord have
myself.
mercy.
I caught myself. I caught it.
Book of
Book of Malcolm.
I caught
I
myself.
mean, there is a book
It
about
turned out-
Malcolm X.
from the land of Inglewood. No,
It turned out to be Directions.
It was directions.
But
yes.
yeah, because when he started saying L and R's, I was like, so left and right.
Yeah, and when they
You
said
dummies.
I wouldn't have been able to figure that out.
You dummies.
and they started going.
I really wouldn't.
Well, also the lines, and then we started going 110th. I'm like, that's Harlem. It's a Harlem.
Yeah.
And those of you who are from New York know that Harlem is like the hot spot right now. So it's changing a
Why?
lot. It's a good location actually, but it used to be where a lot of black folks were, and now
Well, yeah.
Clinton went up there years ago, and it just became this area now that's
Mm.
it's like in LA, like certain parts of LA, like Echo Park and stuff, would just start gentrifying and change. Harlem has become that way too,
I
and Harlem has so much
see.
history, has so much history there, a lot of black history there. It's just kind of crazy, but now it's a hot spot.
That's cool.
Yes,
I
it
like
is.
that.
Yes, it's a hot spot. Easy to get to, too.
Okay.
So they find us in Harlem. So they go to one of the high-rise apartments there. It's true to life. This high-rise apartment. The doorman is all elaborate. You got all kinds of, devices and everything.
He was a sassy pants.
He was a little sassy. He's like, all I do is answer doors every once in a while and phones.
I know, and I was just like, okay, you can shut up now and leave. Like, stop.
See, now I never get these people, and these people, by the way, exist in real life.
They do.
Where cops come and ask you questions, and I'm totally all for, like, be careful, because cops will sometimes push the envelope.
Yeah, no, they
100%.
do.
But
Yeah.
I am the type of person that if they ask me something,
I
like,
answer.
Sir, yeah, I was here, and I will do everything I can to possibly get you recorded footage of this lobby, and this is the
I was
person.
so mad
I would
about the
freak out.
recordings.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
You don't have security cameras that aren't recorded.
Right.
That doesn't happen, does it?
No.
That's why it doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, okay, we're going to put security cameras
Right.
up, but we're not going to record it and keep it in file. We're just going to have them record in real time and just leave it at that. I'm like, but what?
Right.
What's
Right.
the point?
Right. Weird. It's like really
I
weird.
thought it
That's
was
weird.
But so apparently he saw her go in and didn't check out.
I'm like, oh no, that wasn't a giant red flag for you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she's never coming back.
Oh man,
It's probably fine.
If I could show you a derogatory finger right now, I
Yes,
would
yes.
on air.
She's probably
I can't.
binging something on Netflix for the last 60 years. It doesn't feel like seeing the sun.
Well,
Yeah.
Zoo is on Netflix right now, so you can watch it there. Maybe she's watching all 13 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to take 48 hours.
It might.
Not
It might.
48 hours.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
Get out of town.
She's trying to watch the monkeys.
That guy,
good.
though, I'm telling you. I just wanted to...
But I love their tactic that they had where they're like, maybe this guy did it. Yeah,
Well, they walk up to go to the penthouse, and they're thinking, they hear some kind of noise in the background. They're thinking something bad. Like when they walk in, and it's like
I thought it was like some sort of dentistry, like
Me
they were
too.
trying to take like teeth out or something. I was like, whoa, twist. But no.
no twist. The twist kind of was it's a pregnancy.
Ooh! I have a fact.
Ooh, go tell us.
here we go.
From the Writers of Laura Twitter page at Writers of Laura, real babies in the bellies of the background actresses.
Wow.
Hashtag A Star Is Born. Hashtag Mysteries of Laura.
Oh, how funny!
So apparently all those ladies that were back there, they
pregnant.
were actually
That's
pregnant.
cool. That's cool. Good work. Good work.
Yeah, I was like, nice.
That's awesome.
Actually, that's kind of cool. Actually, for authenticity.
That is really cool.
I think it works. I just love all their faces. They were just like, why are these
Rubbing
people,
their belly.
Like, what's happening?
Oh my God.
We're just pregnant and
Yeah.
just hanging around, and we just wanted some sparkling green apple Perrier water. That's all.
Yes.
Oh my God, Diane's like,
Don't tell the bellman. He might call.
Diane's like, I watched Zoo in one day on Netflix.
Ooh.
Good job,
Did.
Diane.
There you go.
Good girl.
See, one day though, not two.
Yeah,
or
that's,
three.
that's 13 hours. You can do it in 13 hours.
Yeah, I was like, come on.
So we find out that I almost said Santini.
Santini.
Yeah,
I got
Santini.
But she
People
was
just call it
actually,
it
she
now.
was not
She
bad
was
in this
not
episode.
bad this episode. She was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest, it kind of creeped me out that she was being nice.
Yeah, she wasn't.
No, I was okay with that. I was like, girl, get a bet.
I was
better get on
okay
that
with
boat.
it, but I'm like, she should be an ass.
But she
she
wasn't.
should be really mean.
No,
She's like-
I'm so done with her assery.
That's fair. That's fair. That's
So
fair.
done.
I think again because it was children. I think it was some reason she.
I just think anytime that there's like a death or an almost death with children and or pregnant women, the tone just changes. Which is, we're not saying that it should be a comical tone. I'm just saying that it definitely doesn't matter
changes.
It doesn't matter what show it is. It'll change the tone completely.
So we find out, is a good plot point. The next step is, looks like there are expectant mothers from foreign countries who want to have their births in America so the kids have dual citizenship.
And they're all like hoity-toity bougie
And they're
ladies.
all
I was
bougie.
like,
Bougie.
get out of here.
I did not expect
Did
that.
you see that
When
pocketbook that she was having?
I know when
Pocketbook.
Billy said pocketbook, she's like, "Are you 100?" I mean, I was like, my granny used to always say pocket. Where's my pocketbook?
And I'm just like, you're just a straight man. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fine. Straight men don't know what to call
I
it.
don't know what it's called.
It's a wallet.
It looks like it's-
I'll back up straight, guys, everywhere. It's a wallet.
it looked like a Gucci purse.
It looked like a Gucci purse.
Like, I couldn't tell.
Oh, a pocketbook? I'm kidding. I know
It's a
what one
Gucci
is.
pocketbook.
a Gucci
She probably
pocketbook.
had a pager in there.
When we saw this room
Two-way.
of just to go back for half a second, the room of all the
Hey, Dick.
pregnant ladies, I was like, I didn't think that this was that situation. I didn't think that they were people who were going, hey, this is...
I thought they were in trouble.
I thought they were in trouble, or there's some kind of like baby farm or
Me
something.
too.
You know what I
Me
mean?
too.
I just watched Mad Max, so that didn't help.
Yes, no, exactly. No, 100% reminiscent of that. And I thought, oh, wow, something bad is going on here. But that wasn't the case.
Getting a daily checkup.
Again, no real twist. Again, it's just like straightforward.
It was just kind of like, this is another step, another clue to the
mystery.
case.
Is what it is.
Weird.
So the nursing student who's there, she's basically she's doing a nursing student.
This poor girl.
Well,
the end.
She could just say everything she knows.
I'm in the middle. At first, I was like, "Girl, you need to just get with it and just tell Jake what's happening." Also, but at the same time, I'm like, "Jake, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, either ask her straight up or just like tone it back a bit. You're practically yelling at this poor witness."
He could have dialed it back. He went pretty
Just a
quick
little
with
bit.
the. Do you know what time it is? If you don't, I'm going to charge you for murder.
And I was just like, "Oh, jeez."
It's like, okay, chill out.
Breathe,
Let's get the
Jake,
information.
breathe.
However, the nursing student.
Yeah, but she wasn't really cooperating. She was kind of being
It was
sassy.
like, well, there's a guy, and he's like, how does he contact you?
I know.
Well, with a thing. What kind of thing? A telephone?
So
So I understand that
can't.
one. But like, God, come on. You gotta just say everything you want. I would do it a fault. I would start like yelling my social security number. Like, here's where I live. I had Taco Bell today.
You have to say your whole order too. It's like, I had a 5-layer beefy cheesy burrito, Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
And she's like,
okay, I have one more taco.
holding it all in. And it's like,
because it was being stretched, and I was just like, are we still interrogating this
I know.
person? Can we move
They
on?
kept cutting back to it, and he's like, listen here, nursing student.
Tell us
like,
the name.
I don't know.
Give us the name. Tell us the name. And I was like, wow.
Wait.
God.
I almost
still
wanted
on
to put her
this?
in jail for patience problems.
One put Jake in jail for just like, you're worse than Batman who keeps losing things in the Dark Knight. Where's Rachel? Like, we get it.
Yeah.
Oh my God! But what
Move
she does say is my voice, like hello. What she does say, is she just gets a general mailbox email.
Yeah.
An envelope of cash is waiting for her. I love that story.
Because that's not a sketchy gig,
Right.
by the way.
Totally.
That is the one thing that I was confused by. So I understand getting signing up for a gig, you get good money, easy money, whatever. But there wasn't one point in the conversation she was having with anybody, this nursing student, where she thought any of this was suspect.
Well,
You go to the top of an apartment building, there's a bunch of pregnant ladies hooked up to machines. You walk in, there's cash in an envelope. You've never met the boss.
All I'm saying is,
Yeah, that sounds legit.
It's super.
Make sure to fill out your W-9.
I completely agree with you, because in my brain I'm thinking, girl, you should probably walk away from that. But I'm not condoning this kind of activity. Just saying out there. But people who are going to college and or medical school,
it's expensive.
It is expensive, and she's
I get
going
that.
I've been
to
there.
a medical school in New York.
Yeah.
So
Especially-
I'm assuming that she probably is having a hard time paying her rent and other things, plus her schooling and books and things. So she was just like, hey, and also it doesn't help that the medical school were the ones that put the ad up.
Yeah, that's true.
So in her brain, she's like, this must be legit.
Right.
That's
Because
true.
exactly what she said. She's like, oh, there's an ad on the medical school bulletin board or whatever. I applied for it and I got hired. And I was like, yeah, that's mistake number one, school. You shouldn't be doing that. But at the same time, I guess because it wasn't like some place in Chinatown that they're like, hey, we got all these women all hooked up to machines that are not really machines. They're like, I don't know, like Pac-Man machines. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's in a nice part of town, and all these women are rich, so it doesn't seem as bad. But I get it. I do not condone you going out there and
I
finding
get it,
stuff
but
like
I
that.
don't get it.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I would have just been like, nope.
Right.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's maybe she's going to St. John's or Cornell or something. Who knows? It's like expensive.
Yeah, it's probably just really expensive. She just really needed that money.
But we find out
Taco Bell
Santiani's
every
smart.
day.
She's smart. She's like, okay, I'm going to ask this chick. She walks in and is just like, when I was pregnant, blah, blah. And she gets out of the girl. They call it Dr. Nick.
Yeah.
Which I was like, you couldn't say that earlier.
I know,
you
I know.
That's what I
Stupid
mean.
bimbo.
That's what I
Yes,
mean.
What
I know.
up?
She should have said that.
Also, I also think there's something generally wrong when you have a doctor that goes by doctor first name. Honestly, though.
Well, we find out there's something wrong. His medical license was taken away.
Right.
Yeah,
But if
that
it
right
was-
there really freaked me out. I was just like, that's like a giant fear for me is when I go to a doctor and I find out he actually doesn't have a medical license or it was, it was taken away from him. I'll be like, I'm cutting out.
Yeah.
Because we don't know why it was taken away or anything. We
No.
don't know.
If they had said, yeah, we're talking to Dr. Stevenson, it's like, oh,
I would have been like, okay.
guy sounds like he went to college.
Yeah, I know.
But then Dr. Nick.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming the reason he had to use his first name is because he can't use his last name because
Probably,
his
yeah.
medical license was taken away.
But again,
But no, that right there, I would have been like,
is a red flag. Yeah.
there was a
Yes.
lot of red flags. Where I
Oh,
was
when they
just
showed
like,
up there.
oh yeah, when we had our two.
The for lease sign outside, and it's like,
all the windows are all
yeah.
taped up, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was
Chinese gang members getting
hanging
fixed.
out there.
Looks
Also,
like
that
he's
Mandarin
running
was
his
on point.
practice
It
out
was.
of a former Big Lots or something.
It did look like
looks
a
like
hard-
run down
a hardware
Kmart
store.
layaway section.
I love me some Big Lots.
Hey, man, I
Jeez,
love
oh,
Big
yeah,
Lots.
Yeah, I do. So we find out that he lost his medical license and he met a guy.
Oh my!
He met a dude.
Everybody is finding out their information from some random dude. And I'm
Yes.
like, what is happening?
But they went to a place
Stop
that
it.
I love, the Mohican Sun.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Oh, is that a
yes.
real place?
It's
That
a
was
real place.
Oh,
No,
that's
that's what I
interesting.
love about this show is that most of the stuff that they use is actual places.
Yeah.
That's
The
Yeah.
Mohican Sun and Foxwood casinos in Connecticut, they're like the hot spots.
Yeah,
Really?
the gambling. I think he
Gambling.
lost his practice because he had a gambling.
He said he was
addiction.
That's what he
Tables.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
at
at the
the
tables.
Which
poker
I'm like,
table.
how do you do that?
When you're up,
It
you're
happens.
up. When you're down, you're down.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
I'm not a gambling
Poker
lady, so I
lessons.
don't know.
with
Yes.
James
I
Lott
can,
Jr.
I'd
do you
love
guys
to.
know how to play poker?
I do.
I do not. You guys
I
should
play
teach me.
poker every week. We should have poker games.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
fun.
You know what
down.
else I know how to do, Alexis?
Huh?
I know how to subscribe to podcasts and iTunes.
Oh, how? Tell me.
And I think America, you do as well. But just in case you don't, all you have to do is type in AfterBuzz TV Mysteries of Laura in your podcast app. You can find us there. SoundCloud, we're still doing the SoundCloud
I think so,
machine,
yeah.
so you guys can find us there as well. Subscribe, rate us, comment, leave us a couple stars on there. Let us know what you think of the show. We love you for all the feedback, and thanks for listening. Keep supporting. Search for some other AfterBuzz TV shows while you're there too. Over 200 something of them. So check it
We're
out.
all on multiple ones.
We all of us are
Yeah.
on multiple ones.
Yeah,
I think I'm on
James.
70 or 80.
Oh wow, yeah. James does all the soap opera blocks, which is awesome. Cameron does some pretty awesome. He does the Mindy Project and things
do.
like that. I do a lot of other crime ones like Castle
Yeah.
and The 100 and things like that. So I
Yeah.
check it out.
So go check it out, guys.
And you guys work at places, work with people I love too.
Yeah.
I see you guys are like, oh, you work with him and her and him and her.
And big shout out and thank you again to our YouTube commenters who are joining us during the live show here.
They are right
Yeah.
now. They're in there. And D-Style said maybe it was an abandoned Burlington's.
It might have been. I think it was.
That would be
I think-
really
I
funny
think
if that
you
was
were
an
very-
abandoned Burlington's. It would
very
make me
accurately
so
styled.
happy. So happy.
So,
Also, I was there this past
where
weekend.
are we at here?
Okay, so we find out from Dr. Nick
That's right. Yeah.
that he at the table he met a white guy,
Yep.
good looking, and 30s.
Yeah. Quite
I know. I was like,
quite a
quite
generic
the,
description.
Yeah, I was like,
I
quite the
mean,
description.
sounds
this
like you,
guy.
except you're not in your 30s.
right. It's like, but I'm saying it's like
Could have been anybody, a needle in a haystack.
There's
Yeah.
that narrows it down to about half of New York.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Maybe most of Manhattan. I don't even know.
Yeah. Right. Again, the lack of detail from people,
No detail.
Which is funny because this episode was full of details except for the descriptions.
except
Yes.
for the people.
Because even when
giving
we
the
were
detail.
interviewing our lady in the beginning, for the massage therapist, she was like, he was in a white van, tall white guy, looks like you. And I'm like, looks like Jake? Like
Right.
all of New York?
Yeah, it's like
nice.
that's
right.
Good job.
But it's also so Max and one thing Max couldn't do, they were trying to find who owns the penthouse that had housed all the pregnant women.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think God owns it because like they couldn't figure out what was going on at
Right.
first.
Yeah.
But I had forgotten that Laura, when she walked into the original Merritt penthouse, that she had some gum and put it on like a
Like a
flyer,
weird flyer,
or postcard, say postcard, and put it in her purse. And you know that purse, it's like a Mary Poppins purse. We know that.
It
But
is.
my favorite thing about this whole episode was when she was going to those Chinese
Yes.
gangsters, and she pretty much just took their guns and just shoved it in her purse.
She's
and I
so
was like,
impressive.
Yeah, she was just like she was taking like actual like toy guns from kids. She's like, "You're not playing with
You
these
guys-
anymore."
Yes,
And I'm
not-
like,
you'll get
"All
these
right,
back
Mom.
after recess.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. It was so
Yeah.
You eat all your vegetables, you'll get your toys back." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"All right, Laura."
that purse.
That purse
something.
is.
That
full
purse
of
is
stuff,
always
though.
full of stuff.
That's-
Maybe
that's
that's
the
why we're
joke.
not seeing her snacking because she's doing it off camera
Yeah.
in the bag.
It's
She
Maybe for
honestly,
later.
she either pulls snacks or murder weapons out of that thing.
That's it. That's what I loved about
That's
the first
all she
season.
does.
Yes.
Was that in the opening of like the pilot or something, if you look in her bag, she would take out a gun, and there were other times where she'd take out like candy or toys
Yeah,
for the kids.
exactly.
awesome.
And I was like, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
So she opens up. She goes, "Wait a minute!" And she opens up her gum-filled
Gross.
flyer. It was kind of gross.
Gross.
And she's like, "Here's the realtor, Scott Clark." And they deduce that the buildings aren't sold yet, so that's why there's no title transfers. You can't find any. It's just they're just like abandoned buildings that no one has really bought yet.
Yeah.
They kept changing location.
The only thing about this, though, I find it hard to believe that the realtor could get away with this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
Without
also
anybody
agree.
knowing.
I
you
also
know?
completely agree with you.
Like, I know that owners don't always go to their buildings all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I thought it was strange.
Well, I thought with realtors,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a realtor myself, but I know people are. Usually, your bosses keep track of your listings to see how much you're selling and how much you're
Right.
every month or every week. You have things you have to do every month. You get quotas and things. So it's kind of like just you have abandoned a bunch of listings on your list, you just never sell them, or
Yeah.
you
What
sell
was the
them
guy's name
randomly.
again?
Scott Clark.
Scott Clark.
It's not like a very realtor
Scott-
name.
It's a
Scott,
very
your sales
big,
are going very well.
Yes.
I see here though on your record.
you
keep pregnant women in all your property. I don't get that. You're doing very well. Again, your sales right on point. But
Pregnant women? What's up with that?
No, Cam
Fetish?
has not watched the first season.
no, I haven't.
hasn't
But
watched
I'm getting back to it.
But we have. He's going to get back to it. We watched it. Someone asked. Okay, so Jake pretends. I thought it was going to be Jake and Laura, but it was just him by himself. He goes in and pretends like he's looking for a place to
He's
live.
the
But she was
Bachelor pad.
looking pretty dapper.
He was looking good.
I
he
was
looked
like,
good. He
hey,
did look good.
buddy,
He did look
clean up
good.
nice.
And Scott Clark is about to do some little dirty deal, like, okay, I don't have anything available upstairs, but maybe I do paying cash. And then homeboy dials a phone.
Beep beep beep.
And it's not the phone that he's using. It's another phone.
Burner.
Let's call it burner phone. I call it a booty call phone, but it's like one of those
That's
phones.
practically what they are.
Yes, like a trace phone or something. I know nothing about that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
and I don't know anything about that. I'm innocent. And so it rings, and so he's like, I gotta take this. He's like, oh, no, it's just me. Don't worry about taking that. It's just me. You're coming with me anyway. And he takes him downtown.
He took him downtown, all right. He did.
Took him downtown.
He took him downtown.
Downtown.
And he got pissy again.
He did.
Oh my gosh,
He
he was
was-
so angry. Sorry.
Because he was done. He wanted to know a name. He was done.
I
No, that's
honestly
what I'm saying.
think
He was like Batman. He couldn't find Rachel. He needed a name.
Yes,
he
needed
just
a
wanted to
name.
get it all over
like,
with
all
so
right,
he could
Christian
get to
Bale.
the date with Laura.
Laura. I know,
Oh my
I
God.
know. And so the guy says that he knew DJ, but he wasn't there tonight or whatever. But he cleaned her up. That he saw her.
Which is
and
crazy.
That he helped her, so to speak.
Yeah, and I was like, why?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Why?
Yeah, it's like he helped her, and that.
Because they didn't even talk about it. I was.
I mean,
like,
the guy
why?
runs a syndicate, so it's not that suspect, right?
Well-
I guess I have no idea. It's just that whole scene really confused me. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was like-
what's the motive behind that?
Right. It's like so.
Money, I guess.
Chat?
It's true, yeah.
Chat?
Because again, he says, and this is a big clue. Finally, we get some kind of clue towards the end.
Oh my God!
They say
Call
it's just,
for MS.
yeah, it's just
MGS.
He's got an email,
Yeah,
and he
MSG.
figured MSG. Called MSG.
It was
Want some cup of
MSG.
noodles?
It was MSG.
Was it MSG? I thought
Yeah,
it was
massage.
MGS. Oh,
Massage.
I don't know.
Yeah, call for MSG.
Well, I did write that down. MSG.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in my brain, I'm thinking of cup of noodles.
Yeah, that's
Like,
pretty good.
top
Some ramen.
Top ramen, cup of noodle, MSG.
Because they were
I was
good.
like,
Well,
she
she
runs a ramen
gives
place?
massages, and afterwards,
Uh,
you
good.
get
Top
some
ramen?
cup of noodles.
cup of noodles.
But this part was really funny.
Yeah.
MSG for your MSG.
MSG for your MSG. Miss.
.com.
I loved when they figured out, because then we're like, oh my God, it was her.
Which is nuts. I would have never. This
Me
is the
either.
first time where I
Same
was
here.
like, what?
I would never
I
guess
don't
her.
mean
What?
to rub it in.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh
But-
no, did you know?
No, you
I didn't know that she did it.
But
But
you knew she was
at the
involved.
beginning, I was like, she's being like way too. I'll give you a massage, Emma.
Half
She
off
was
and-
she was kind of very friendly now that I think about it.
I guess so,
I didn't
yeah.
even think about that.
So
Me
at all.
either.
at the
Usually,
very
I'm
least, I thought it
always-
would be something where she's like, "Oh no, I stole the car," you know.
Okay.
At the very least, like maybe
Yeah.
she didn't, but that's why she was being weird.
I mean, she was
don't
being
know.
weird about the car being towed too.
Yeah, she was.
Also, you're kind of stupid if the cops call you and set up a massage appointment.
Yeah.
At the precinct.
Just say you're busy.
You idiot.
Dumb criminals. Dumb criminals.
The first thing I thought of was like, yeah, because, you know, we totally call in people into the precinct and do massage here where there's, you know, we arrest criminals and stuff. Yeah, that's fine.
Give me a rub down over in that cell, will you?
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't mind if I lock this, do you?
Put these handcuffs on first.
Yeah. Then you can do it.
Yes. And I love that he called her in. And it was interesting the way they did it. It was just something different I hadn't seen before. It's like, okay, you have to look at a lineup. We caught the guy when she could look at a lineup. And she's like, sure, okay, I'll take a look and see what I can do. And
I love how it's just her staring out a window or the viewing window.
The viewing window, and it's her reflection. I just love that. And she kept looking. She goes, I don't see anything. She goes, well,
she's right there.
She's right there.
I was like,
right there.
Yeah, you're
right there. It's you.
It's you with that reflection there.
Crazy lady.
That was good. And
it was so crazy that she literally couldn't, like, she kept thinking that, like, I didn't do anything wrong. I was the one that called 911. I was the one that was trying to help her. And I'm like, oh, you're not all there, sweetheart.
No, she wasn't.
You're not. You're some sort of special. But no, it was crazy to me how she was just in denial the whole time, saying that I was there to help.
Yeah. But she dragged her.
But too. But that's this is the next thing is that the fact that she picked her up.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
And she was trying to get her out of the car, but she couldn't hold her. So there's something missing that I probably wasn't paying attention to.
No, it was kind of confusing.
It doesn't make sense why she had to drag her out of the car.
Yeah, I get the part.
It was kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Chat. Yeah. Guys, if you're watching later or watching now, can you tweet at all three of us? Because I really need to know. Because I didn't understand that part.
It's like she was saying that you left her there to die. It's like she was like, I was trying to help her, but I'm not.
But then she fell and hit her head, and then you tried to drag her where? Or drag her before that? That doesn't make any sense.
Then the garbage man saw her, but she was playing it off like, I guess, like, oh my god, oh my god. He was grooving in his car. He was all.
He was.
Like, hey, and then some homeless guy's like, get out my street, and I was like,
that's very New York. And then so he was like, okay, So I guess she was playing off, like, oh my god.
Yeah, she probably heard the commotion and then saw him, and then she was like, ooh, I can. Yeah. Instead of me calling 911, I'm gonna do this. But
and she was the murderer, basically.
That was it.
But that's that's what's so confusing to me is I don't understand how. I mean, obviously she said it was an accident.
They didn't make it painfully clear.
No, they just said it was an accident, and I was just like, okay, it was an accident, and I understand that it was still an accident, but you still killed her. Like it was weird to me.
And you didn't get anything out of it. She didn't get anything out of it.
No, she doesn't get anything out of it. She was just doing something, and then she happened to fall and hit her head, and then she freaked out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
It was weird.
Maybe she sneezed.
And then she just fell over. Oh gosh. Now I have to drag her by her ankles. Oh, weird.
It's possible.
I don't know. All I know is it was a very weird ending.
It was.
To a very detailed, informative episode.
It was straightforward. It was straightforward, a mystery. Like it really was a mystery of Laura.
Yeah.
Speaking of Laura.
Yes.
Oh, her and Jakey have a little conversation at the end of the episode.
Yes, they did. Oh my God.
Jake pulls out what looks to be like a paper.
Right.
He says, "I met." What did he say?
I met your demands.
Demands. That's what it was.
Saw Dr. Leo.
Because last week, Laura and him, she's talking to Laura. Hey, go on a date with me, whatever. And she said, I can't go out with you until you start taking care of yourself. Which I think is very valid.
No, smart.
Yes. And he went to the doctor she recommended.
I got a doctor's note.
Got the note.
I love how he got a doctor's
note. He did. He got doctor's note. He got
on an official letterhead.
Yes, he did.
And I like how he pointed that out. It's official.
No, I give you that one. Okay.
And they set up a date.
For next Saturday.
Laura,
I know she did.
Did what she said she would do.
I bet you that. Oh, I guess we'll
wait. It's all night. Saturday night.
Hold on. I'm going to wait for predictions.
Right.
I have some things.
Let's go to predictions.
Let's do that now.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
We apologize to anybody who's watching. We don't want to cause epilepsy or anything like that. So beware that there are lights flashing.
Yes.
So we lost him.
There's a lot of lights.
We lost him. So I have two things. One, I think Tony, if he actually does show up in any of these damn episodes, I think Tony might show up on Saturday and be like, "Hey, you want to do something?" And she's like, "Can't. Why? I have a date with my ex-husband." What? And then that'll be a thing.
You're so right.
That's one. Number two. I think that they will try to go on their date and a crime might happen and they have to put their date on hold and that means they have to go on another one. And then it'll just continue from there. But that is it.
No,
go ahead.
No, you go. No, it's fine.
Or this is like really far-fetched. It's like they're about to go on a date and then Billy and Meredith are at the same place. They could like double date.
Yeah.
And it'll be real awkward and awesome.
I like that.
Anyway, continue.
I think I like the Billy Meredith one. That'd be fun. I think that something similar is going to happen. They're going to go on the date, but instead of being called out to the crime will happen at the date.
There it is. Yeah. I like that.
I think that's what's going to go down. Number
there will
one.
be a homicide.
Number two, I think in the next, I would say 2 to 3 episodes, we're going to see the woman that Jake cheated on. Or cheated with.
There you go.
Rather.
Yeah.
So,
to throw a wrench in there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great because I bet you it's gonna go really well. They're gonna get a little close and really lovey-dovey, then boom.
And I think it'll be a cameo
fair
of
lady.
some sort. It'll be some kind of cameo.
I hope it's someone like super duper famous. And you're like, what?
It'll be Megan Mullally. That's who it'll be.
Dana Delaney.
Yeah.
My prediction is, and this I could be off, they're not going to show the date.
They're gonna what?
Not show the date.
Like at all? Oh, so it'll be like right after? Oh, that would be just
Bummer.
I know.
Okay.
I hope they show up, but I just have this weird feeling they're not going to show the date.
guys. I have to say something. One, Writers of Laura at Writers of Laura.
Yes.
You guys are awesome because this episode was crazy.
Yes,
So
yes.
I've always loved the writing of the show.
Yes.
You guys are amazing too. If you do that to me, I swear this mic is going just across the. Actually, no, I can't do that. But no, please don't do that to me, Writers of Laura. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it,
But I
writers.
just have this weird feeling. That's my
I
prediction.
really
too.
hope
A
that's
little
not
bit.
it. I would like to see the date and see how it goes.
Yeah, me
or
too.
at least maybe like the very end of it and then there's a
Something,
homicide.
yeah.
I love you guys' predictions. I said you guys'. I love your predictions.
love
you
y'all
guys'.
predict.
I love your predictions. I like your predictions, but I have a
Y'all.
feeling they're not going to show it.
I'm gonna be so sad.
I know.
Don't do it
So that's
to me.
the thing.
Don't do it.
So now, you guys, next week there is not going to be a Mysteries of Laura.
Oh, that's right.
Apparently it's not. It's
That
just
is what we were informed.
we were informed.
Yeah.
So
Darn it.
we'll be back in 2 weeks.
2
weeks.
Dos
2 weeks.
weekos.
Dos
That is not-
semanas.
I
I was
know,
like, that
I
is
know.
not Spanish.
Dos semanas for you Spanish speakers.
Lord
We will be back.
almighty.
2 and 2, like Chuck Woolery. 2 and 2. Little love connection. I'm
I
old.
like it.
I
Yes.
like it. No, I was gonna say Debra Messing tweeted earlier today. Oh no!
Oh my God, what way?
I got it. That she was the last scene that she did of this episode. She was actually sick.
Oh.
And she couldn't remember the last line, so she wrote it on a paper and taped it to Callie's neck.
That's so
Hashtag that's a friend. Hashtag mystery.
That's so funny.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
It's like,
Yes.
that
Alright.
would be.
Here we go.
Here we go.
That's
Let's
awesome.
go.
Got my lines.
Aw,
That's
she's a
awesome.
true professional. True professional. So that was your
Yeah,
Mysteries of
Debra
Laura
Messing.
after show recap for this week. And you guys, I miss you guys for 2
Miss
weeks.
you.
I know.
I know, this is crazy talk.
I mean, I'm always here though, so you'll see me.
Yeah,
for one
I'll
of your
be
guys'
here.
shows.
I'm here too. So of course, but it's always we're always not together, so I don't.
We can make it happen.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we get it, but
work.
we'll survive somehow.
Just come do a show in an empty studio. That's what
We should.
Just
Why not?
talk.
Oh, that actually would be comedy gold.
Why not?
Oh
Let's
well,
do it.
hey, super organizer, when are you
Yes.
gonna have me and Cameron on one of your shows, huh?
I'd love to have you on my radio show, both you guys.
Yeah,
Let's do
let's
it.
talk
It's
about it.
open. It's open invitation. You
All
guys,
right.
and you guys have to listen to my radio show.
Well, yeah, we will share
Every
it.
Friday on AdrenalineRadio.com from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
There it is.
It is. I'd love you guys an open invitation to come to my show. We have a good time.
Yeah, and also I know Cameron does a radio show too.
Yes, everybody
he
come
does.
on by. Come
So
on
like,
by.
what up?
Radio Millennial.
That's right, Radio Millennium.
That's right. We're all on radio. I love
All
radio.
over the place.
I know you get on radio. Radio's the bomb. Radio rules.
Well, I do vlogs. That's about it. But
You do.
that's very my age.
Yes, yeah, that is for your
Very
age.
my
It is for your age. So where can the fine folks find you guys? In the meantime.
Oh, am I going first? You can find me
You're a lady.
all over social media and the internet and maybe even radio at ATorres890. I'm sorry that the vlogs have not been up as of recent. My computer's been kind of acting up, but I promise they'll be back. And then again, as soon as I hit that 100th vlog, ask me some questions for Ask ATorres890. Use the hashtag. I would love to do that. I do a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzz. Right now they're all on hiatus or they are done. But I love you all, so come see me and all these other great people. And don't forget our other 2 networks that are happening here. James just started a new show on our other sister network, BlackHollywoodLive.com. He's doing Breaking Into. And also Cameron has a new show on our other sister network, Popcorn Talk, called
That's right.
Netflix
That's
Show.
right. And I'll be doing
Yeah.
some interviews with the Popcorn Talk Network as well.
Okay.
Some one-on-ones. It'll be good. It'll
I've
be
been on a
good.
few of the Star Wars shows on there, so yeah, you should check out our other sister networks. They're fantastic.
Absolutely. You can follow me at The Only Camshaft on Twitter and Instagram, James Lott Jr.
So, of course, you can follow me on Black Hope LA on Twitter and James Lott Jr. on Facebook. But I will promote my shows on our sister networks. I have a new show starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Breaking Into. I'm talking to Joshua Silverstein, who's an actor and beatboxer.
Wow.
Exactly. I'm very excited. He's very good. And then, of course, my radio show on adrenalinradio.com on Fridays. And then this Sunday, it's the 50th anniversary of Days of Our Lives.
All right.
So we are doing a special anniversary show at 3 p.m. and then our regular show at 4, and then my General Hospital reports at 5:30. It's a Sunday soap block, and that's what we do on Sunday. It's going to be a really great weekend. So please check all those out. You can go to my pages to see all my goodness on media. So thank you very much, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.